Hello, guys. Welcome back to ML Takes, a channel where we simplify complex data science concepts for you. Today, I'm up with a very interesting business case study that is hotel booking analysis. So, just imagine you are a hotel owner and you are facing a very mountain problem that is increasing cancellation rates of the customers. So this not only leads to the loss of the revenue, but also increase in the idle rooms, which add up to the cost because of the maintenance and facilities that are in the hotel rooms. In this end-to-end implementation of the project, we are going to harness the power of data visualizations and data analysis using Python. Finally, we will also be making a final report on it. Okay. First of all, let's start by understanding the business problem. In recent years, city hotel and resort hotel have seen high cancellation rates. Each hotel is now dealing with a number of issues. As a result, therefore, the revenues are decreasing and idle hotel room use is increasing. Okay, therefore the top priority of our business acumen which we are addressing is the finding of the factors which are directly or indirectly affecting the increasing cancellation rates of the customers. Now this may be due to the booking lead time or the quality of service the hotel provides. So we will be exploring all the factors and coming up with some meaningful insights in order to provide business advice in order to encounter this problem. Okay. The analysis of hotel booking cancellations as well as other factors that have no bearing on their businesses and yearly revenue generation are the main topics of this report. Okay, first of all, let me show you the final report which we are going to make. Okay. So this is the final report which we have with us, which we are gonna implement at the end of this video. First of all, the report starts by writing the business problem. Then there are some assumptions which are made. These covers first of all, let's look at the data set and then we will look at the assumptions. This is the data set which I have taken from Kaggle. The dataset contains 1,19,000 plus observations, so it is a large dataset. Uh, it is between the 1st of July 2015 and 31st of August 2017. So almost it covers 3 years, okay, of data. The If you take at the number of features, that is 36 columns are there. I have already downloaded the data set, so let's have a look at it. These are the feature names. uh, First of all, let's try looking at some of the features which we will not need in our analysis in order to find the increasing cancellation rates. After giving a thorough thought, what I found out that these four columns, that is name, email, phone number, and credit card, won't help us in our data analysis. Also, these columns are not there in any general data set. So let's remove them. We will be using the data cleaning process in Python and encountering this data cleaning process. Okay. Let's look at the assumptions that are made. No unusual occurrences between 2015 and 2017 will have a substantial impact on the data used. Okay, so we are ignoring any unusual spikes in the data. We are assuming that the data is uniform and organized manner. The information is still current and can be used to analyze hotels' possible plans in an efficient manner. We see that this is sort of very old data set, 2015 to 2017. It's 2023 now, but still we assume that this information is sufficient and uh, correct in order to analyze hotels' possible plans. Okay, there is no unanticipated negatives to the hotel employing any advice technique. There are no negatives to the hotel uh, which we are gonna give the business solution to them. So there will be no negatives to the hotel. Why it is? The hotels are not currently using any of the suggested solutions. So the solutions which we would suggest are not implemented now. So the biggest next is the biggest factor affecting the effectiveness of earning income is booking cancellations. Yes, and this is also logical because increasing booking cancellation would definitely hamper the revenue generation of any hotel. Sixth is cancellations result in vacant rooms for the book length of time. Yes, the idle rooms increases, and so the cancellation should be minimized in order to increase the operations and effectiveness of the hospitality industry. Clients make hotel reservations the same year they make cancellations. So yes, this is a one assumptions which we make, that the cancellations which are reservation and cancellation are to be done in the same year. So this is just assumption. Okay, now we will understand the uh, research question which we are going to address before solving this problem. What are the variables that affect hotel reservation cancellation? So, one of the major variables that is important in order to analyze the cancellations ratio is the ADR, average daily rate. This is very important metric in any hospitality industry. That is, it tells us the occupancy that is done in the room, that is the revenue generated by the occupancy of a available room in the hotel. So also the other factors may be the booking time or lead time which is there, the customer experience, or the geographical details or demographic details of the customer. So these may be some of the variables which we think, but we will surely verify and test them with our data analysis. Second is, how can we make hotel reservation cancellations better? So we will look at this problem by seeing that how can the hotels implement some uh, policies and strategies in order to enhance the cancellations better, and so the cancellations would be reduced and the problem can be encountered. Third is, how will hotels be assisted in making pricing and promotional decisions? As we know that almost 25% of the revenue that is generated in any business is spent on the marketing part, and so pricing and promotional based activities are very important. We will In our business advice we will address this issue, like when the hotel should be implementing some advertisements or promotional campaigns, or provide some additional discounts to the customers in order to attract them and reduce the cancellation decisions of the customers. Okay, so there is also some hypothesis which we make before solving this problem, so that we verify it when we do the data analysis. More cancellations occur when prices are higher. So this is sort of a very a logical hypothesis that the cancellations occur when the prices are higher. The customer may think that they don't need to pay much to this hotel. Maybe the service is not up to the mark, or the maintenance and facilities. Maybe some of the reasons for it. Second is, when there is a longer waiting list, customer tend to cancel more frequently. So the booking lead time is one of the major concerns, which leads to hampering the customer experience. So this is one of the hypotheses which we make, that the longer waiting list may tend to the cancel the bookings. Third is, the majority of clients are coming from offline travel agents to make their reservations. So we assume that this may or may not be true, but we assume that majority of our traffic which is coming into the reservations for hotel is coming from offline travel agents. Now there may be online travel agents or any groups from where the customers are coming, but still we first of all take a hypothesis and then we verify it with the help of data analysis in Python. Okay, and then we will list down the analysis and findings in this report. Okay, so now let's start the coding part, the exploratory data analysis of this data set. First of all, let's start by importing some of the libraries which we will need. Uh, Pandas is for working up with the data frame, and matplotlib and seaborn for the data visualizations. This warning is just to filter out or ignore the warnings which are there. Okay, so let's first import the data set, pd.read underscore csv, and then we mention this file path. You may copy this path and paste it here. Okay, or if you are working in a Jupyter notebook, you need to provide the relative path of your file. Okay, so for the EDA and data cleaning process starts from here. EDA stands for exploratory data analysis, which is used to find some meaningful information or uncovering the data itself. Okay, so it is used to uncover the data and get some insights in order to understand the data first. Okay, so this is the df.head command. So it will give you the first five rows and all the columns. So we see that there are 36 columns. But as discussed earlier, we need to drop some of the columns which you don't need in our analysis. That is name, email, phone number, and credit card. So we will drop them by this command df.drop, and now we have 32 columns. We will see the shape, that is 1,19,390 rows and 32 columns. These are the names of the columns which we have, df.columns. Okay, so these are some of the features, and we will see that which feature is impacting our cancellations more. Okay, so now we will look at df.info. That is, it is, we will use it to understand all the data types of the uh, data set. Okay, so what I observed is this reservation status rate, that is a date type and it has object type data type, so we need to change it. So we will change it by pd dot to underscore date time and specifying the column name. Now we again look at the df.info and we see that it is converted to date time 64. Okay. Now we will see, we will find some statistical measures in order to understand our data better. Df.describe tells you the parameters like count, unique, top, and frequency of the object data type which we have specified here. So by default, it would give you the all the statistical measures, but specifying object means it will only have the object type of column name. Okay, so further moving into the next cell, for we will understand what are the unique values in each of the columns. So for example, hotel has two unique values, that is resort hotel and city hotel. The arrival date month may be June, July, August, right? So this may be. Also, there are no spell errors, so that is good for us. The meal type, this we won't be using because that won't help in our analysis. This is column name country. So these are the names of the countries. Now I don't understand this short forms, but we will have a look at it in further time. Okay, this is a market segment from where our traffic is coming, which we discussed in the research based questions, which we want to address: direct, corporate, online traffic agent, or offline travel agent. Okay, complementary groups or aviation. Okay, so we will see that the traffic is coming from which of the uh, these sources. Okay, then comes the distribution channel, reservation room type, assigned room type, deposit type. So we won't be using this because that won't help in understanding how the cancellations can be reduced. Okay, the customer type. Okay, this is the reservation status: checkout, cancel, no show. Okay, fine. So now, after understanding the names of the columns, we will see that if there are any missing values, so df dot is null dot sum will give the sum of the null values in our data set for each column. So we see that children are four missing null values and country 488. Okay, agent has 16340 and company has 1 lakh plus. The shape of our data frame was, I think, 1 lakh 19,000, right? And if 1 lakh 12,000 are missing, so we cannot do much about it. This feature we cannot use. We need to discard it now. Agent also 16,000. I don't think that would help much because the missing data is pretty much. So we will drop these two columns, df dot drop, and specifying the column names. Now if we see that still there are two columns which have some missing values, children and country. These are small numbers, I think, with respect to the amount of observations which we have. So we will drop these observations in order to make up with only the things which we have right now. Okay, so df dot drop na command is used to drop these null values. Okay, so now we see that everything is clean. Okay, so we have no null values now. Now we will see df dot describe, that is used to have some statistical measures: count, mean, standard deviation, or the minimum and maximum of the each column, or the quartile ranges. Okay, so after having some thorough thought, what I observed is uh, this one: ADR. ADR is average daily rate, which is very important metric in hospitality industry, as discussed earlier. So what I see that the minimum value which is there is -6, and maximum which is there is 5400, which is not actually possible because these are the outliers. So what we do by df.describe is we understand the outliers of our data. Okay, so also here are some outliers, but we don't neglect them, as we see that babies 0 is the minimum and 10 is the maximum. So that won't be very practical in sense that 10 children are coming at a time. So but we won't be using this, so we will be ignoring these columns. But ADR is one of the crucial parameters in our analysis, so we will be working with this. First of all, we will have a box plot of this ADR feature. We see that there is only one outlier which is maximum, and others are just below 1,000, I must say. Okay, this is 5400, which is outlier. We need to remove it. So what we will do is, what boxplot tells us that where the outliers lie, so we can filter it. Like we can see, take only the observations which are less than 5,000. So now when we see the maximum value in the ADR column, it is just 510. Okay, right? So you understood that how the outliers can be removed. Okay, so now I think we are good to go with the data, and now we will understand it by plotting some graphs and bar plots. Okay. Okay, so now as we have cleaned the data set, now it's time to have some visualizations for more meaningful insights. So what we have is here is cancelled percentage we are finding by value counts and normalize is equal to true. So this is a command which gives us the value counts of the cancelled percentage. This is very important, as this is a very powerful command in Python, that is value counts. It gives us the count of values for each of the category. So what we see that almost 62% of our data has reservations, and 37% of our data is one, that is the cancelled booking is there, right? So what we observe that 37% is a pretty large number of cancellations. Okay, so we need to look at it more deeply. Okay, so we will visualize it with some bar plot. Okay, so this is a bar plot which I have plotted. Now this is the fixed size, and this is just for the visualization. Okay, so we have plotted the not cancelled and cancelled features on this bar plot, and we have with us this type of bar plot. Okay, the next thing which we see that is reservation status in different hotels. So we have seen that there are two types of hotels in this data set: city hotel and resort hotel. So now we will see how city hotel has the cancellation rates and how a resort hotel has the cancellation rates. So we can understand it by this, that the ratio of the cancellations in the resort hotel is less, because the city hotel has more bookings, so more cancellations will also be there definitely. Now this may be due to the resort hotel has higher prices, so the bookings are less in a resort hotel compared to city hotel. Okay, so for that what we have done is sns.count plot. We have plotted the hotel and is cancelled as here, and data as df, right? So we have named the legends and title x level y level. Okay, so this is a plot we get by this, and what we infer from it that city hotels has more bookings and cancellations than resort type, right? Reason may be resort hotels are more expensive. The second finding is city hotels need to be focused more, seeing the cancellation ratio, maybe in the maintenance or facilities or the service they provide. So this may be the reason for the more cancellations in the city types of hotel. Okay. Now what we will see is that in resort type, okay, in resort type, what are the value counts? What are the cancellations? Okay, so we see that 72% are not cancelled, 27% are cancelled. So we may think of it as a 70-30 ratio. Okay, so this is also important to address. Okay, 70-30. Okay, now we will understand the city hotel. City hotel as 60-40 ratio, so this is more crucial. So we need to focus more on the city type of hotel in order to encounter this business problem. Okay, the next thing is resort hotel. The next thing is the average daily rate in city and resort hotel, that is ADR, which we have already discussed that it is very crucial parameter in hospitality industry. So what we have done here is ADR we have uh, plotted, okay, on this line chart. Okay, so what we have done is we have represented resort hotel as blue one and city hotel as orange one. So what we see that there are more spikes initially in the blue one, and there are some ups and downs. Okay, so what we infer from this that city hotel is in mid, right? City hotel is orange one, it lies always in the mid. It does not fluctuates much, but resort hotel fluctuates more. Okay, now this may be due to the this fluctuations may be due to the weekends or some holidays. Okay, so that may be one of the reasons for these fluctuations. Also, we see that the city hotel price is less than resort hotel price. So how we see that is, uh, so we see that the city hotel price is less than resort hotel price. So that is maybe one of the reasons why the resort hotel has less bookings as compared to city hotel. Okay, so hence our hypothesis is proved, as we already discussed that we may assume that the city hotel has comparatively lesser prices than resort hotel, which is of course logical, and so This is one of the hypothesis which is correct. Okay. The next thing being number of reservations. Okay, so how the reservations and bookings that are cancelled and not cancelled are varying according to the type of month. So January has maybe 4,600 not cancelled bookings and 6,000 plus cancelled bookings. So after having so what we see from here is that the orange bar, which is highest, is having in the January, and the lowest is in maybe December, right? And the lowest is in maybe August, September. So we see that January has more cancellations. Yes, the orange bar, which is highlighting here, is it has more cancellations. Lowest cancellations are there in August, right? So this is eighth month. These are the lowest. August, September has the lowest cancellations. Now this may be that August has some more festivals or something like that. That cancellations ratio is somewhat decreased. August has more reservations but less cancellations. This is interesting. And December, January has least reservations. The blue bar which is there, which is least in the December and January month. Okay, so this is a bit confusing, right? August has least cancellations and most reservations, whereas January has least reservations and most cancellations, right? So maybe in January and December, the prices are too high that the customers prefer cancellation. Okay, right? So this may be one of the reasons. Next is the we will find the ADR per month. What is the average daily rate? What is the revenue generation per occupied room according to the month? So what we see here is um, I filtered the data first. That is only one that is cancelled one, right? Cancelled one, right? Yeah. I have grouped it by month, ADR dot sum, and then reset index. Now this is the syntax which we need to encounter. Also, in order to plot this bar plot, so we what we observe from this that first month, that is January, has the highest ADR, right? So this is observation, and August has the lowest ADR. So our hypothesis was that when the prices are more, the cancellations are more, right? Higher the prices, the higher the cancellation. So, and this is proved by this. So ADR is highest in January month, and also there are less bookings, right? There are least bookings, I must say, in the there are least bookings and the most cancellations in January month, which is a bit true here. Like the August month, the January month has most the highest ADR as well as the highest cancellations. So we can say that the cancellations depend upon the prices. If the prices are too high, the cancellations are more. The customers prefer cancellations there, right? So hence our second hypothesis is also proved to be true. Okay. So now we will see how the geographical conditions impact the cancellations and reservations. So what I see here is that PRT is for Portugal, I think. It has the highest number of cancellations, followed by GBR and ESP. Okay, so these are the names of the cities or countries. I don't know. Okay, so these are the I plotted a pie chart so that we can understand the percentage of cancellations in respective countries. And so we see that the Portugal countries has the highest number of cancellations. So we need to increase the facilities and decrease the prices in that particular region. So we can also hold the some promotional campaigns and give some attractive discounts to the customers, or make some additional advertisements or marketing expenditure should be increased in this region in order to encounter the increasing cancellation rates, right? So now the last assumption which we made, that the last hypothesis which we made, that is that the customers, the major traffic which is coming, it is through the offline agents. So let's see if it is true. So we will get into the market segment column and value counts. So we see that online traffic, online travel agent has the most count. So our hypothesis is somewhat wrong here. If you normalize it, we see that 47% of the traffic which is coming to our hotel is coming from online travel agent, followed by offline travel agent, that is 20%. So we see that almost half of the customers are coming through online agents, thus providing our hypothesis wrong, right? Okay. So now what I will see that, what are the cancellation, what is the cancellation ratio, or what is the cancellation percentage according to the market segment? That is according to the traffic which is coming. So 47% of the traffic is coming through online agents. Also, we see that 46 or 47% of the traffic which was brought through online traffic agents, also the cancellation percentage is more in that, right? So almost if 100 people are coming, 50 are canceling the bookings which are coming through online travel agents. So almost 47% of the customers coming through online agents cancel their booking. Now, this may be due to the reasons like the online picture was very good, but when the customer visited it, it may not be up to the mark due to the lack of services or facilities or spaces which are shown in the online advertisements or campaigns. So, maybe the hotels may portray the real picture in online ads in order to avoid these cancellations. Okay. So now we will see that, let's take the prices of cancelled bookings. Are they really high? So we have assumed that the cancellations is directly proportional to the increasing of the prices of the hotels, right? So we will understand it by this line chart. Now the code for this is maybe seem to be a bit lengthy, but it is mostly due to the titles and legends, okay, and the figure size. So you don't need to worry about it. I will be providing the code in the description, as well as this collab file link, so you can directly run it on your system. Okay. This is cancelled DF ADR. Cancelled data is grouped by the reservation date and ADR mean. So what we see here that uh, the spikes are more here, but the blue spikes are not there. So maybe the data is missing here, right? Maybe due to the inconsistent data. So what we will do is, we will only analyze the data starting from 2016, January 2016 to September 2017, right? So we'll only take this much data and now plot the same. So what we see here is that, we see that the cancelled line, that is orange line, okay, which we are seeing here, cancellation line is more than not cancelled one. What we observe by this is that the prices definitely have a effect on the cancellation rate, right? If the ADR is more, the cancellation rates are also increasing, having some spikes, okay, right? So maybe so ADR is the most influencing factor. We may conclude that, in order to encounter this problem, first of all, we need to have the right sort of campaigns in the right region at the right time. Marketing should be there. Portugal region has very much cancellation rates, 70% are cancelled. So these issues should be encountered by the hotel industry. um, okay. So also we see that as the prices are increasing, as the ADR is increasing, that is, as the prices are increasing, the cancellation rates are also increasing. Okay, so cancellation rates are directly proportional to the increase of the prices, right? So these are the conclusions which we make from it. Now, in order to portray this to any non-technical person or a higher authority manager in any industry, we cannot explain him this, but we want to explain him in such a report, which is the final report of our observations. So I'll just go through all the inferences one by one so that we understand all the inferences which were made. So the accompanying bar graph shows the percentage of reservations that are cancelled and those that are not, right? So we have already seen this, we have already discussed this, but just as a recap, I am reading this again. It is obvious that there is a still a significant number of reservations that have not been cancelled, but still there are 37% of the customers which are cancelling the bookings, which is a significant impact in the revenue generation and earnings of the hotel, right? So we need to encounter these cancelled bookings, right? Next is the reservation status in different hotels. Like we have discussed the resort hotel and city hotel. What is the cancellation ratio among them? We see that a resort hotel has comparatively lesser bookings than city hotels. This may be due to the prices of the resort hotel are more than the city hotel, right? Next is the average daily rate in city and resort hotel, that is ADR. So what we observe from this line graph is that on certain days, average daily rate of a city hotel is less than the resort hotel, and on other days it is even less. So we can say that on the weekends and holidays, maybe the resort hotel bookings are increasing, right? Okay. Next is this one. We have developed this grouped bar chart to analyze the months by the highest and lowest reservation levels according to the reservation status, that is cancelled and not cancelled. So as we can see that both the number of confirmed reservations and the number of cancelled reservations are large in the month of August. Yes, August month has more not cancelled and less cancelled, whereas in the January month, the cancellations are pretty much and the not cancelled are less. So we can assume that suppose 100 customers are coming, so 60 are cancelling and 40 are staying, right? So in January month, right? Next is the SNS plot, that is ADR per month. This bar plot demonstrates that cancellations are most common when prices are greatest, right? So as the prices increases, cancellations increases. So we conclude that the cancellations are directly proportional to the increasing of the prices of the hotel. Okay. Therefore, the cost of the accommodation is solely responsible for the cancellation. Also, we observe that August has somewhat lesser prices, so there are more reservations than cancellations, right? We have already seen that. Okay. So now let's see which country has the highest reservations that are cancelled. Top 10 countries we have taken, because there are many countries. We would only analyze the top 10 countries, because other countries maybe have only a couple of values, so that won't help in our analysis. So I've taken the top 10 countries. So we see that the Portugal has the highest number of cancellations, right? So now let's take the area from where guests are visiting the hotels, that is online traffic or offline traffic. So it is coming from direct or groups or online or offline travel agents. So around 46% of the clients come from the online travel agencies, whereas 27% come from the groups, right? So we have observed this already. Only 4% of the clients book hotels directly by visiting them and making reservations. So I've seen that in the collab file, right? These numbers are coming from there. Okay. So also the last graph which we have plotted is between the 2016 January to 2017 September, right? Which we have considered only this one. So as seen in this graph, reservations are cancelled when the average daily rate is higher, right? If higher the ADR, higher the cancellations, right? So it clearly proves that the higher price leads to higher cancellations, right? So we have addressed this problem in a very interesting way. We are assuming that first of all we took the hypothesis that the increasing of the prices may lead to increase of the cancellations, right? Increasing of the prices may lead to cancellations, right? So after that, what we saw that after some analysis, that the increasing of the prices may lead to more cancellations, right? So ADR is the most influential factors on our cancellation rates. Okay. So now finally, we will also provide some suggestions to the business industry, which is the hospitality industry. These are the four suggestions which I have inferred from the analysis. Cancellation rates rise as the price does, right? So cancellation rates rise as price does. This were proved through the analysis. So as prices are increasing, cancellation rates also increase. In order to prevent cancellations of reservations, hotels should work on their pricing strategies and try to lower the rates for specific hotels based on the locations. We have already seen that Portugal city or Portugal, yes, Portugal city has more cancellations. 70% of the reservations are cancelled. So the hotels need to lower the rates or maybe provide some additional discounts to the customers. Second is, as the ratio of the cancellation and not cancellation of the resort hotel is higher in the resort hotel than the city hotels, right? So the hotels should provide a reasonable discount on the room prices on weekends or on holidays, right? Third is, in the month of January, hotels can start campaigns or marketing with a reasonable amount. So maybe they can implement a scheme that if you book a hotel, or if you book a room in the month of January, maybe we would provide some additional discounts to you. So, or maybe some attractive campaigns can be organized in order to increase the revenue, as the cancellation rate is highest in this month, right? Whereas it is lowest in the month of August. So maybe in August month we can decrease the marketing stuff so as to save up our cost, right? Fourth is, they can also increase the quality of hotels, because we have seen that the online travel agents has bought 47% of our customers, but half of them went back to the cancellations. So the quality of hotels, which is portrayed on the online services, should be the same as uh, they are giving the services, right? In order to reduce the cancellation rate. Okay, so this is the report. This is a very detailed report, and this is sort of thing whenever we go in an industry, we need to submit it this type of report, because this type of visualizations won't be beneficial for any non-technical person. So we have completed finally the project, right? And which was a very interesting one. So thank you all for joining, and make sure you check out the collab file along with the industry report. Also, if you have any more solutions or any other insights we have drawn from the same data set, you can pin me in the comments so that even I can add it to my knowledge, right? So that's all for today. In the next video, we will explore some other business use case, which surely will be useful for you in your resume projects as well. You can definitely add this one to your resume. That would definitely showcase your EDA and data analysis skills for any data analyst entry level job, right? So thank you. Till then, stay tuned and keep learning and keep exploring. Thanks.